high tech can move you.
Just delete after record. I got to do it myself.
Yards out. Virginia up early over on ABC. Bob?
What they doing?
Bob Wischusen here with Brock Ewart and Allison Williams. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta.
Fighting cockadoodles.
His debut against Indiana when Quinn Nordin was ill. They like him from long distance, and he connected from 48. Now puts it through the back of the end zone. Brock, awareness in these games sometimes so crucial.
It is so huge, and a really good strip here from Polite. You're going to watch him at the end of this play as the ball's on the ground right here. And he is running away from the ball. You can see that his head is elsewhere, and a true freshman on the other side is the one to pick it up and then have the awareness to get these 7 yards to even give yourself the opportunity to get that field goal. If you're Polite right there, the coaching point is, listen, you don't ever wonder what they're going to call. You make sure and you think that is a fumble, and you find a way as best you can to get on top of it. But he and Jefferson, tremendous pressure off that edge, and why you can't live in those third and long down distances against these Gators.
So a couple of misses from Felipe Franks. That time Polite not being aware of the football as Franks finds Van Jefferson on a slant here. Those are points that have been left on the field here in the first half for Florida.
There's no question the first one. I will give you that. That is a play that Felipe can make. I know why he didn't throw the second, because you're taught from day one, don't throw it late down the middle. Don't throw it late down the middle. But it is just, again, that overall awareness of everything that's going on the field.
Quarterback keeper. Felipe Franks gets a block and gets in the secondary.
Hit that nigga.
Inside the Michigan 40 before he's brought down at the Wolverines' 38-yard line. That's a 31-yard run for Franks.
He's capable of this. And if I'm Dan Mullen, I can't encourage him anymore. Right? Continue to grow and trust yourself, Felipe. That has been the big theme in Gainesville this year. Block out any of that noise and continue to trust the people around you and yourself. And the more you do as a runner, the more this offense will explode.
Looks like the clock was stuck.
The clock did not start on the previous 2 plays. Please set the game clock to 5:10. 5:10 and wind the clock on my signal.
Jim Blackwood is our referee here in the booth. And, Jim, they keep the time on the field as well just to make sure they can correct this?
The guy that's watching the game clock keeps it subconsciously, and when he sees it doesn't start, then he makes a mental note. He tells him how much time's on the clock.
So they take about 45 off the clock, under 5 minutes to go in the half.
Cover. Hey. Cover back there.
Jordan Scarlett.
Good play.
To about the 32-yard line. Between Scarlett and LaMichael Piron, so nice to hear 2 guys that could easily be the featured back, almost with identical statistics. And yet Dan Mullen said you never hear from one or the other about I should be in the game. They just cheer for each other.
And most indicative if one takes him down the field, that he's willing to come off the field and give the other guy the opportunity to get 6. That is selfless.
Watch out for the screen.
And I'll tell you what else. That little run by Felipe Franks, that helps open up the door and a little hesitation for those defenders in that zone read game.
Okay. And he didn't do that this time.
He's got one-on-one down the sideline, looking for the back shoulder of Jefferson. It's broken up by Brandon Watson. I think the Michigan fans were looking for a flag. They might have thought offensive pass interference. Gator fans are upset too.
No, hands are on each other. The eyes are back. There is not a penalty there. Watson does exactly his job. His job in that press coverage is to get that receiver offline. If they're both hand fighting, you're not impeding him. Your eyes are back to the quarterback. There is no need to call that penalty. That is the right call.
Love doing a game where 2 fan bases are so well represented and they're all unhappy. 3rd down and 5.
They know their football in these 2 markets.
Big play here. They're going to run it with Scarlett. He gets outside. He's got the first down. Dragged down by Khalid Hudson.
Yeah, watch out for the run.
And I'll tell you what.
They're running the shotgun formation.
But those are one of the plays that you have gotten used to watching Michigan football and number 10 flash out of nowhere. Like, where in the world did Devin Bush come from? How did that guy just clean up everything out on the perimeter?
I said it throwing.
Leak makes the tackle, but he can't make the 3rd down stop.
Let's go.
In trouble. Down he goes. Devin Gill was the first Wolverine there. And with 3:36 to go before halftime, it looks like we've got an injured player. That's Michael Dwumfor. So we'll step aside for this injury timeout.
That's the paramedic sign, ain't it?
As soon as Mr. Steve walks in, it's like a ray of sunshine has entered our restaurant.
Sure, it's nice to hear.
For his 100th birthday, we wanted to do it as big as possible.
That was someday, I'll tell you.
Right, baked potato with bacon,
when I walked in and they all clapped, that was quite a surprise to me.
It's a really warm feeling in your heart to know that your father's got other people looking out for him.
We decided to give him free Chick-fil-A for life.
One of my main reasons I want to live forever.
I think you got it in you.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere. There's no place I'd rather be.
One little ski.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
There's Colorado. Michigan. Hey, Michigan.
I'm 1,000 miles
That's the last one. There we go.
Dedication.
The pros.
Cupcakes.
I'm Michael Griffin.
I'm Brian Rackpole.
We played football together for the Titans.
Now, we own a cupcake shop. We bake, we decorate. I love this new Surface Pro. It's light, it's sleek, it's fast.
I'm able to draw and color frosting we want. We deal a lot with social media.
We have funny videos that we do in the bakery. There's nothing that you can't do on this device. Cupcakes are a great business.
Oh yeah, as long as you don't need the profits.
I need me a thread ripper. I need me a $10,000 computer, so I make beats on. I'm overdose on that thing. 50 gigs of RAM.
The right tech can move
100 gigs. I need 100 gigs of RAM.
The best tech.
Thread ripper, about 10 terabytes. Radon.
Surround yourself
with NVIDIA in this
in
thing.
the all-new 2019 Nissan Altima. Impossibly smart.
Who just flew in. We are excited for Disney's Dumbo coming to theaters March 29th.
What are they going to do over there to the Pritchard
over
there?
Here in Atlanta. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. The game we expected. Two good defenses. Two offenses that don't turn it over much, so they're not going to take a lot of risks, and we've got a low-scoring affair. Bob Wischusen here with Brock Ewart and Allison Williams. Just getting the day started. College football playoff semifinals still to come at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern.
Get that dude right there.
Felipe Franks steps up in the pocket. He's got room to run.
Boom!
Gets to the sideline. Keeps his feet. Knocked out just shy of the 20-yard line. Devin Gill, and now Devin Gill is slow to get up. That almost looks like a cramp, like he's holding the back of his leg.
And he loved me, and she touched me. I was hurt too.
So a team that's already down Devin Bush, their best linebacker, and a player that Todd McShay has right now at number 10.
Just some water. Need some water, man.
So
start drinking that Gatorade, man. Cramp you up.
NFL draft-eligible linebacker you're missing. And now Devin Gill, the junior, also shaken up.
Overloading again on social media.
It's thinning out a linebacking core that it's kind of the heart and soul of this defense.
Yeah, in that front seven. Rashawn Gary is going to be a first-round pick because he is so freakishly athletic. He is out as well in that front seven with Devin Bush, and that's not a good sign. He just cramped up. That looks like even a little bit more than a cramp. I think I was with you originally. And that's probably going to bring Noah Furbush on the field. But yeah, Bush, there's no question. In fact, he'd be a guy on that play in particular that is so good sideline to sideline. Bush Beatty has been a guy that's been banged up at the end of the year. He decided and made the decision not to play in this game. Gary's been in and out of the lineup this year. And obviously, Karan Higdon, first team all-conference, 1,000-yard rusher. number of Wolverines out. But I will say this, the guys that are here, there's no shortage of effort. These guys are playing relentlessly here in the first half.
Big play.
3rd and 4.
Right on the door of the red zone.
Watch out for the trips. Oh, no, they got 4 on one side. Dang, what are they going to do here? I've never seen this formation.
Quarterback draw.
Quarterback. Oh.
Felipe Franks, first down and more.
Dang.
How about the end zone? How about a Florida touchdown?
That was confused on defense.
And Mom loving it. And they ran this earlier. There was a check with me situation. I highlighted how the safety came down and made the tackle. But look at it. It's the same look forward to the bottom, and it leaves really no linebackers in there other than this. This is the one guy you got to beat. That is it. You have got to make one guy miss. It is 5 on 5 in that situation. Tremendous block at the second level.
Quicker than
Franks, I said to you last night, chance to be the leading rusher in this game, and he absolutely is right now.
The Gators have a 3-point lead. Still plenty of time for Michigan. All 3 timeouts and 2:41 on the clock. You know, it's almost like you spend time preparing for these games. Because you said yesterday, after watching the tape of both defenses, that you thought quarterback run was going to be the deciding factor.
Well, you've got 2 excellent teams, 2 veteran coaches that are really good schematically. And you just start to take a look and say, well, where do I have an advantage? Where can I gain an advantage in this? Man, these corners are good. Every level of this defense is good. I'll tell you what, if Felipe decides to run against a group that plays so much man-to-man, it will dare you. That front and that look right there is daring Felipe Franks and Dan Mullen to run the football. And 70 yards later and a touchdown in his pocket, that's exactly what the Gators QB has done.
The Indeed halftime reports coming up shortly. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Desmond Howard. They'll be at South Beach with some playoff predictions, keys to the Orange and Cotton Bowls, and obviously a look around some of the bowl highlights of the day as well. Ronnie Bell watches it go. Again, the question with the Clemson game, can you block this group?
That's exactly right. Speaking of a group that had very little weaknesses, and it all starts up front. Christian Wilkins, the guy that can beat you one-on-one, but where Brent Venables and this crew, and we saw him earlier this year, is just so dangerous. They're so veteran in those line stunts. For Notre Dame, that's had to replace a couple All-American offensive linemen, done a nice job. And Ian Book is an athletic guy. But to me, handling just both one-on-one situations and then as a collective defensive line group, even minus Dexter Lawrence, be the big challenge for Brian Kelly this afternoon.
Jay Patterson set to go to work from his own 25. He has hit his last 6 completions in a row. And he'll go play action here. Looking downfield, long throw to the sideline.
Let's go.
Perfectly timed to Donovan Peoples-Jones.
That is right over the outstretched fingertips to Gardner Johnson. Nickel linebacker who is declared for the draft knows what's coming. He is watching the eyes the whole way. He is anticipating that comeback. Right behind him, a game of inches again goes away the Wolverines. Beautiful throw.
Screen. Peoples-Jones. Out of bounds at the 43. Gain of 4.
We throwing it this year.
Gardner Johnson that bumped him out.
Yeah, I've been trying to run it. Just run the ball on him. What a Jim Harbaugh. That's a name, man. Okay, what's going on here? They about to run the screen. No, they ain't run the screen. They're going vertical, man. Oh, they're running.
Chris Evans easily picks up the first down. And if you're Michigan here, you should be in no rush. Minute 55, you've got all 3 timeouts. There's really no reason not to huddle up. Why leave Florida anytime? Tariq Black. So often fighting injury. It's good to see him back on the field.
Yeah, I think this is not necessarily like a game management, Bob, as much as it is, I don't want Florida to dictate. I want to keep a front out there. I want to keep a group out there. I'm tired of all their blitzing and mixing personnel, and this tempo, I think, is more used for that right now than it necessarily is just a 2-minute drill.
Evans brought down right at the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard. Now it will be 3rd down with Polite and C.J. Henderson combining on the stop. Now Michigan will call the timeout before third down with a minute 13 on the clock. Sunday NFL Countdown has you covered. The final week of the regular season tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Lamar Jackson takes on Baker Mayfield in basically what amounts to a playoff game, and how Jackson went from high school star to Heisman winner to one of the NFL's breakout players this year. And as the Chargers fight for a 1 seed, an inside the lines look at how Phillip Rivers has become the NFL's biggest trash-talking quarterback. That's been going on for a while. Plus images of the year in the NFL, all that tomorrow on Sunday NFL Countdown.
Well, you asked me about Lamar Jackson before the game, and I love what Jim Harbaugh said to us yesterday. You know, our esteemed producer, Jimmy Zaroli, and it was awesome yesterday in our meeting, said to Jim, hey, do you ever look at Shea and feel like you're watching yourself? Because he plays the game in much the same vein that Jim did when he wore those colors. And Jim said, well, there's really two things that I look for in a quarterback, and I think Shea does that. Number one, be confident. Like Lamar Jackson, like Shea Patterson, you've got to be confident. And two, then you have got to have the others just gain confidence and belief in you. So you yourself got to be confident. Get everybody to believe in you. That is certainly what number 2 did when he arrived on campus, what Jim Harbaugh did, and he'll elicit even further trust if he can find a 3rd and 7 right here.
A big third down.
I like that played up. Okay, he going over there now. Oh, here we go.
Underthrown, but Nico Collins is there to scoop it up. And that is good for a first down, a gain of 9.
And that was an NFL concept right there. That is trying to bust the little tandem coverage of Florida out there to the field. They do it. He threw that thing early. He had been a little bit behind, but a critical third down conversion.
4-man rush. That ball tipped and incomplete. Off the fingertips of Grant Perry. Stops the clock with 51 seconds to go in the half. And Michigan still with plenty of time with the 2 timeouts.
You know, we had Shea at Ole Miss a couple years ago, and I don't remember him showing so much emotion. And I love it. You know, and I think his head coach has brought some of that out. He wants him to be structured and be an intense practice player and everything that's naturally with him. But you watch him, even after that play right there, he's got high kicking, and he knows, man, he wants his team to feed off his juice.
Watch out for the screen. Block. Block that dude right there. Block him.
Up the middle, it's True Wilson. And let's see if Michigan calls another timeout here before third down to 42 seconds to go. Jabari Zuniga made the stop for the Gators. They're going to let the clock wind, and they're going to hurry up with 33 seconds to go in the half.
Okay, 3rd and 7. We got to convert.
Another big third down.
Right there. That's a man right there. He open. Dude right here open. He blocked him though.
Coming off the clock. 20 seconds to go in the half, and now Shea Patterson's going to call a timeout. Well, they're just barely in what they would say is field goal range with the strength of Jake Moody's leg in a dome.
Get some water. Drink.
And ESPN Plus is your home for more sports, more schools, more conferences, more ESPN. Start your free trial today by downloading
Smart water, probably the best stuff out there.
ESPN
Gatorade good, but cramp you up. You got to drink Gatorade and water at the same time.
Season, man.
Blow that trumpet.
All the bowl games, and that app has been overused on my phone as you take a look at Moody, who's been perfect. And that was kind of an interesting. He's walking this line as Harbaugh right now. To your point, don't give Florida the ball back here. Gained a little bit of momentum. Felipe Franks is finding his footing. A bunch of yards rushing. Do not give them the ball back. And also give yourself enough time, if you get this third down conversion, to still take a shot to the end zone. Especially the big receivers that have won those one-on-one matchups outside.
Well, running the ball straight up the middle on second down with about 50 seconds to go on the half. Taking the clock all the way down under 20 seconds. This might take any chance to go to the end zone off the board.
You cannot take a sack. Not to think negatively and put those thoughts in, but you have to manage
I don't know, the score is 10-18 right now.
Out of field goal range.
10-18. Huh? Who's going? Oh, Florida right now. Michigan's trying to score before the halftime. Let's go.
Incomplete. Intended for Peoples-Jones.
You don't think Florida going to get him? Yeah.
That was really good coverage everywhere by the Gators. That play extended, the call it defensively plastering, making sure you find that receiver down the field, nowhere to go with the ball.
So Jake Moody has a very strong leg.
That's
he committed
that's on the 35
scholarship.
So it's 45
high school. Made field goals of 55 or more yards 3 times as a high school kicker.
55 yards.
So he's got the leg from 52.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
But doesn't quite have the direction. He launched it, but missed the left upright.
But anyways, that's preparing. Let's see, take that off. I was 100%, so check out my YouTube video. Halftime report. Hey Sandy. Play some Dragon Balls.
Dragon Ball Z.
No, Dragon Ball Legends, man. They on Heroes now. Extension. I mean, Goku going 100 million being power level. You know, Frieza came on Super talking about I'm a million being. Goku like, I'm way beyond that. Crazy head. Shoot, if Frieza didn't keep his golden form, man, he probably would have beat Vegeta and Goku. I think Vegeta, like Vegeta way too long, and Frieza just blew up the world like 1 second. Boom. Tap.
Dragon Ball Legends.
Dang it. That takes a second. What y'all download? Stop playing, Metro. I need some T-Mobile, man. T-Mobile a lot faster than Metro. I'm out of high-speed data. I got like 50 gigs in like 2 weeks. There we go. Let's go.
What do you say? Let's give it a shot.
This is the live game ever. Let's go. Who hit me up? Nobody. Okay.
I'll show you what a Super Saiyan looks like.
Let's go. What should I get? I'm gonna get Android 17. So recommended there. What else I get? Okay. I get 3 things? Oh. Now let's get a capsule cord. Well, let's go. The heck?
If it's fun, I'm sold.
I'm hungry. Okay, what's this? I ain't buying nothing. Like, what's the play, man? Hey, stop selling me something. battle, rank. Let's go. Okay. How I get to it? What do they want to mean? Adventure. No job request. Go ahead, hold up. How do I do this? Go to the store. Take demo off. Let's go. I like this dude here. Lock. Ain't that one dude this time? Dang, start raining. Let's go.
I won't lose.
They're just the same, man, but they're getting stronger. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Let's go.
Done and done. Bring on the next.
This shit's all that. Let's go.
Something's happening. Want to check it out?
What's going on?
Hey, it's me, Goku.
I can't believe that you just surpassed my strength. Damn it. My body won't move anymore. Go, Krillin. It's up to you now. You're our last hope.
Dragon Ball Legends.
Oh yeah, if you want to fight me on here, my name is Goku on here. Just go G-O-K-O. K-U, I mean.
Hey, something's happening. Want to check it out? Hey, it's me, Goku.
Yeah, but I'm all pumped up.
Dragon Ball Legends.
We about to fight Broly? Oh, Lord. I'll get my ass whooped. Okay, I'm gonna find Radix and What's the day? And the same man. Raditz. Let's go. We got Goku and Yamcha on here. And Krillin. Oh, what happened? I should pay for it again. Yeah, expensive, man. You gotta spend $100 on this stuff to get the full game. Yeah. Let me power up real quick. Get Raditz health to 40% or below 0. Let's go.
Someone's gotta put a stop to you. Don't finish.
I'm trying to take it to the next level. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I forgot how to dodge on here. Dodge some type of way. Okay, I got that dude now. Oh Lord, Raditz. Oh no. Yeah, I think Raditz is dead, man. Dude ain't dead. He coming back. Just go.
Done and done. Bring on the next.
All right, I'm done. I'm gonna upload this one real quick.